Yeet! There was legitimately one time where I spent about 50% of my shift was my name tag upside down. Some customer came up to me and was like, hey, don't mean to be rude, but I was so embarrassed. Today's video is going to be about how I got cast in Star Wars. No, actually it's going to be about how I got hired at Sephora and how you can get hired at Sephora, possibly. I am not going to be trying to throw shade in this video, but I will be spilling tea. Tea will be spilled. It's a fun job, don't get me wrong, like I really love my job, but this job isn't all peaches and cream, okay? It's a lot of work and I think a lot of people don't really realize that, so I'm going to give you guys my experience as far as how I got hired and how you can get hired too and be a good employee. But before I get into that, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to this channel so that way you don't miss any of the rest of my content. I'm probably scaring you away right now because I'm such a spaz, so if you don't subscribe, understandable. But I'm just gonna get into today's video. So I'll start with this. I work at a Sephora that's inside JCPenney just because that's the closest one to me, and I've been there for 2 years now? Almost 2.5, I think. Time just flies by. I applied right before my freshman year of college and I forgot that I applied. I applied in like the summertime and I didn't hear back from them until like October, and I got hired as a holiday hire and then they kept me on after seasonal and I've been there ever since. And as far as my application goes, I applied online. I didn't even go in store really to talk to them at all. I don't know if that makes a difference depending on what store you're located at, but it didn't for mine. And my manager, she keeps applications, which I appreciated because I got hired. So I honestly did forget that I applied because I was applying to a lot of different places just to have a job throughout college. I heard back, they called me for a interview in the beginning of October, I believe, and I had my interview around the middle of October. I dressed in all black, and I did my makeup up a little bit more so than usual, and looking back now, my makeup was probably trash just because I've grown so much as far as makeup application goes. I went in, they were all very friendly, and I had a really nice, chill, relaxing interview with my manager. She was very nice. Shout out to Hillary because she's awesome. I heard back from her like, I think it was like 3 or 4 days later, she called me and was like, hey, you got the job, and I literally freaked out then. And I stayed on, like I said, as a seasonal, and I learned a lot, which I'm gonna get into all the details later, but I learned a lot throughout seasonal. It was my first job. I was very shy, very awkward like I usually am, and I survived the holiday season, and she decided to keep me on as one of her employees, and I did cry when she told me, and it was very funny because I guess she wasn't expecting that reaction. Most people don't cry, but it was me. I definitely cried because I was like, oh my gosh, like I was really excited, and I've been on ever since. I'm now a senior product consultant and I feel very comfortable with my job, but it changes literally every day. There's no day that's the same as another, and I think that goes with anything in the beauty industry, honestly. I'm going to get into how I got hired, how to get hired, all the things that you should know about Sephora, pretty much. So the first thing that I would say is that you need to be a decent person if you want to get hired. There's so many people that apply for jobs like Sephora or even MAC or any makeup counters, and I want to be very clear with this. When you apply for a makeup job, don't expect for it to simply be you putting makeup on somebody's face. Don't expect for it to be what you want it to be, because that's not it at all, especially when you work at Sephora. Sephora is very great because they do train you on a regular basis. You're always learning about products, you're always learning about different makeup application techniques, but also about different fragrances and skincare, which a lot of people don't think about when they think about makeup artistry. You're learning about everything, and they're very good about teaching you and being open and really helping you to grow as a makeup artist, which I appreciate, but it's not about putting makeup on a face. That's the last thing that you should be worried about at Sephora. The most important thing is giving your client what they want. You know, like these people are coming in, it's not about you at that point. You could think that this person looks really great with a wing liner and I really want to put a red lip on this person, but if that's not what they came in for, relax. A lot of people don't understand that and they get very disappointed when they come in because they think they're just doing makeup so they can take pictures of faces and put on Instagram. No girl, that's not it. You're there to appease the people that come in, and sometimes people are not going to come in for you for makeup. they will come in because they're looking for a fragrance or for skincare to fix their skin problems, and you're gonna have to know how to do that. And most people don't, and most people go into Sephora not knowing that, and that's okay. You do not have to be a product expert to get hired at Sephora, but you do need to be open, and you need to be a decent human being and not think that you know everything. So I'm just gonna put that out there. You don't know everything in the beauty industry, and you never will. Anybody who comes up to you who works a beauty job and gives you tips and tricks and says this is the only way to do this, or they're very snooty, fire them immediately. Do not hire them to be your personal artist, because that just means they're closing themselves off to learning opportunities. You can tell the people who truly are passionate about their job and the people who are open to learning, and that's something that you need to be if you want to get hired and stay at Sephora, because otherwise, don't even apply. And that goes on to my second tip, which is, again, just be open and learn. You don't have to know everything. Like, I went into Sephora, literally, I thought I knew makeup, but I knew jack diddly squat. I didn't know anything about skincare or fragrance, hands down. And the most that I knew really was hair care, because I went to cosmetology school and I had a license. But even though I'm licensed, I don't know everything, okay? So you have to be open to learning, but you also have to give yourself further education. And this goes with any makeup artistry store as well. Again, like I said, I'm lucky because Sephora does train you on a regular basis, and they give you some really good tips and tricks and things like this. So it's really nice because you are growing with that company, and they do care about that. But you need to take the further step yourself to further your education. When I first started at Sephora, I knew nothing about high-end skincare, like absolutely nothing. So I would literally take products off the shelves, take notes of the different ingredients in each product, and then go home and research the products. I would check out all the brands' different websites, read up on these products, because I wanted to know about these products because I was selling them. And you can't really sell anything for someone if you don't know anything about it. I want my customers to actually benefit from what I'm giving them, and I'm really happy to say I have a client base now that does trust everything that I recommend, because everything I recommend helps them, and it's because I know about the product, because I forced myself to learn about it instead of just guessing or, you know, like BSing everything. So just be open to learning, and that's something that they look for in the interview process. You're going to be questioned a lot about your knowledge, but also about things that can showcase whether or not you're an open person or not. And with learning goes to step 3, which is just to practice your makeup artistry and application. You can practice on yourself, honestly, if that's the only face you have, it doesn't hurt, but also look into different face shapes, eye shapes. Just because you do something well on your face doesn't mean that it'll look the same or be done well on anyone else's. And I was so scared about putting makeup on someone else's face when I first started, but now every time somebody comes in, I'm like, girl, I got you. I got you. So just practice. Practice makes perfect. You're not going to be the perfect employee when you first start, but again, as long as you're open to learning and to making mistakes in order to fix them, you're good to go. Okay, so let's talk about the interview process, and I'm hoping my camera doesn't die before I get through this video. First things first, we're all black. You're applying for a makeup artistry, makeup-based, I don't want to say artistry job, a beauty job. You're applying for a job in the beauty industry. Look put together. Do not come in with your hair like frazzled and wet because you just took a shower in sweatpants with no makeup on. You know, you should look put together, wear makeup. It doesn't have to be like drag queen, full glam, but wear enough for it to be shown that you care and that you know how to do makeup. Look put together, wear all black. You can never go wrong with that. And that's what I did, and I think I did that well, and it was a smart choice. And when you're in your interview, again, they're gonna ask you different questions, like what are your favorite brands? What are the makeup products that interest you the most? Why do you want this job? What are the best traits about you? What is one trait about you that you wish that you could change? Those are things that you need to be prepared for, and I want to tell you to prepare. I don't know what I want to tell you. I want to tell you to prepare for those questions, but be yourself when you answer them. I don't want to promote you like faking your answers or giving you like the perfect answers to get hired, because they'll be able to tell that you planned this and that's not really you. So you need to be authentic, but you do need to be a little bit more prepared. And I think just preparing yourself with practice interview questions, or have other people just ask you random questions on the spot that might be asked in an interview, is good, because then you're not as nervous. But again, just be authentic, be yourself, because they're going to be working with you. They'll see how you are and they could fire you if they don't like you. So there's no point in trying to catfish your employer. So you get through the interview. The next thing is to just be patient at that point. Don't pester them. Just wait it out. Again, I applied 3 months before I even heard back from them, and you know, it was 3 months, but I'm still here. Like, you know, I'm working here and I'm really happy with my job and everything like that. Honestly, I can't really think of anything else to say as far as getting hired other than just like have home training, like, and I say that and I stress it so much because there's so many people who apply to Sephora, don't have home training, or think they know everything because they've had one job at one makeup counter. That will not get you anywhere, homegirl. It will not. So I hope this video was somewhat helpful. If you guys want more of a video based on like my experience at Sephora, or if you have like specific questions, Sephora based questions, let me know in the comments down below. I just wanted to give you guys this video as like a little bit of a basis as to what to do if you want to get hired. I would just say apply for it, go for it, but be prepared, because it's not just about putting makeup on a face, it's about being a salesperson and a bomb person in order to really connect to your clients and help them. Like, you're helping people. It's a beautiful job and I love it, but it's not as easy as it seems. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll stop talking your ears off now, so I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.